The city like splash me, rapping the biggest night news on the radio. About to hit another high, everything you wanna know. With the scoop, make it fast. To facts tight, gotta make this moment last. We bringing go, half strip like in the candy with style. It's about to get wild. Let the Raiders roll. Yeah. Let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins. Like a story told. People went through the speakers. Shaking up your soul. Yeah. We Lunatik real. Always on the road. On the strip like some insights. Navigate the night. Truth in every state, painting pictures so right. With a brand new secret. Yo, no, listen to the soul star. Pull your orb in that you can't ignore. The heart of Vegas steam. The words you can't ignore. Let the Raiders roll. Yeah, let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins. Like a story told. Yeah. People went through the speakers. Shaking up your soul. The Lunatic Radio Show. Always on the road. Skyline to the desert. Feel the rhythm of the beat. We're setting in the stage. Making history in the heat. Voices rise and fall. In a city that never sleeps. Yeah. The radio show keeps spinning. The secrets Vegas keeps. Let the Raiders roll. Let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins. Like a story told. Yeah. Keep moving through the speakers. Shaking up your soul. Yeah. The Lunatic Radio Show. Always on the road. The city like splash me, rapping the biggest night news on the radio. About to hit another high, everything you wanna know. With the scoop, make it fast. To facts tight, gotta make this moment last. We bringing go, half strip like in the candy with style. It's about to get wild. Let the Raiders roll. Yeah. Let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins. Like a story told. People went through the speakers. Shaking up your soul. Yeah. We Lunatik real. Always on the road. On the strip like some insights. Navigate the night. Truth in every state, painting pictures so right. With a brand new secret. Yo, no, listen to the soul star. Pull your orb in that you can't ignore. The heart of Vegas steam. The words you can't ignore. Let the Raiders roll. Yeah, let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins. Like a story told. Yeah. People went through the speakers. Shaking up your soul. The Lunatic Radio Show. Always on the road. Skyline to the desert. Feel the rhythm of the beat. We're setting in the stage. Making history in the heat. Voices rise and fall. In a city that never sleeps. Yeah. The radio show keeps spinning. The secrets Vegas keeps. Let the Raiders roll. Let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins. Like a story told. Yeah. Keep moving through the speakers. Shaking up your soul. Yeah. The Lunatic Radio Show. Always on the road.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome.
Rise, my nation. Gather around and prepare. Our pride will be restored. Our shadow will fall with wicked damnation. my nation. Rise! This is your nation. This is our nation. This is the Raider Nation. Can you dig it?
What it is, Raider Nation. Welcome to another episode of the Lunatik Raider Show right here on Raiders Allegiance. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. Sometimes you got to get your chakras all in order and shock the shit out yourself sometimes. Welcome. It is Thursday. I have a good show for you. We're going to address all the whining and crying and bitching and moaning about the linebacker position, and why the Raiders did not draft one high in the 2025 NFL draft, and why they should have waited till 2026. I got a full comprehensive. Now, for those that don't understand what comprehensive means, it means if you lack comprehension, or shall I say understanding of something, please step to the left on the sideline and let me break it down for you, so you can understand the words that are coming out of my mouth. Let's go, man. We in the building, man. Salute to everybody that's in here. We're going to do a thorough breakdown of this linebacker shit. There's people that got concerned. Oh, why the Raiders didn't do nothing at linebacker? Oh, boo-hoo, boo-hoo. All right, I'm going to address this shit. All right? I keep trying to tell Mickey Figgies why. And it's like and I got a GED, and the motherfuckers with a diploma can't understand this. So that means public schools ain't shit. Go to Job Corps, get you a GED, man, be done with it. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. The world's most dangerous chat is in the building, and the world's most dangerous content creator is right in front of you. Yes, indeed. Let's go. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Appreciate you, Rand, for pulling up, man. We got Robert Pinion in the Mickey Ficky house. We going NWA on their ass today.
There you go. There you go.
Yes, indeed. Raider Paul in the mother house.
There you go. There you go.
Robert Pinion in the Mickey Ficky house. Yeah, we in here, boy. You know what we do. We do this for real, not for pretend. Stand up. Represent the silver and black. Beat your chest a couple of times. That gorilla get his ass kicked fucking with just one Raider. Let's go, baby. I got y'all hyped. Y'all ready? Sacktail Raider Mike in the building, and he knows about the B.I.H., but we ain't leaving yet.
There you go. There you go.
Oh, sookie. Look who came in through the door. Batman himself.
My name is D-Nice. My name is D-Nice.
D-Nice in the building, man. Good to have you here, my brother. For real. I'm getting hyped, man. I'm getting hyped. James Farpo, you already know you always bring it, bro.
There you go. There you go.
There you go. Hey, there you go. You already know. And you flooding the chat, Farpo. I don't think people got life preservers in the chat, man. They're going to drown because you flooding it. Hey, you like that one? That was a good one, huh? Hey, high five. Hell yeah. I be coming with that shit, though. Lost City, we in the building, man. Salute. What's going on with it, man? Call me CP Tick. Because you on that time. Hey, bruh. Hey, I do what I do, bruh. I am what I am. I is what I is. Shout out to Popeye the Sailor Man. Yes, indeed, man. Let's go. We got, who else we got here? Alec M in the building, man. Salute to you. Happy Thursday. Hope all is well for everybody, man. For real. Billy Davis in the building, man. What it is. Good to have you, my brother. For real. Wait, my 2 cents in the house, man. What it is. Salute. Yes, indeed. We in here. We are in here. Equalitarian 207 in the building. Yes, indeed, man. Like, I'm trying to scroll down and catch up with all y'all. SoCal Sal in the building, man. Let's go, man. Thank you for the intro love, man. Hey, got to do something that, you know what I mean, that reflects the nation. That's why you notice in my intro, there is no players. Surprise! It's all fans. Why? Raiders allegiance. It's for us, the fans. We pledge allegiance to the Raiders. Yeah, that's why. That's the whole thing right there. Shout out to y'all, man. I appreciate y'all, man, for real. We in here, man. Let me continue on and shout out everybody. We leave no Raider behind. We leave no, especially if it's Luis Barrios, the Couch Jim. But we have differences. I don't agree with the shit. And I've been trying to understand. And I called you a piano nagger. No. Hey, Rundown thought I was calling you the N-word, bruh. You got to be careful how you say shit. Because what he was telling Rundown on his show, bro. He was telling Rundown that he was called a piano nagger. And I think Rundown thought it was the other word that's an I and not an A. You know what I mean? So that's what the thing happened at right there, bro. I said he was the piano. What's the piano man? I said he was piano man, and that he's like a nagger. That you know how a person nags, like just keep. Take out the trash. Take out the trash. That's somebody nagging. But I think Rundown, he got it wrong, bro. That's my fault, man. I gotta clarify the way I say shit. D Mokes came in with the hell of emojis, and you know what? You know what that deserves, bro? This deserves one of these.
Mighty time. Hey, there you go. There you go.
Saluted, man. Like we frontlining with the military. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. Let me try to keep up. Peaches, of course, y'all know Raiderette Peaches, Miss Lunatic, got my back, man. Be holding it down in the chat for me, man. I appreciate you, baby. I appreciate you for every fur on your peach. Let's go. Shout out to everybody out there, man. Who else I missed? Furpo, we got Elevated Minds. Salute to you, man. Thank you for pulling up. Yes, indeed. All Raider Twizon in the building. I went old school. Twizon in the building. Twism. Like Shaq, remember Shaq old label? The world is mine. Twism. Let's go, man. Let's go. All right, man. Let me see if I get down to it. I think I'm getting down to the end a little bit further. And let me see. Hold on, I gotta make sure I don't miss anybody. Shout out to everybody on Instagram, man. Thank y'all for pulling up, man. We're gonna break down this linebacker situation, bro. You know what I mean? I understand what they're doing because I was told how the approach of Spy Tech would be. And what was said was that Spy Tech is the kind of person that already has. It's kind of like, okay, let me give you a Marvel analogy. You know, like Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange is able to go to every single plane of things that could happen, and he done seen it happen already. They said Spy Tech. I know this is a little outside the realms of reality, but I'm giving you something you can understand. So Doctor Strange can go to different timelines. So different outcomes come off all these timelines of the same situation. They said Spy Tech is one of them dudes. That's why they said he's the next in line to do his thing. He done already mapped out and seen the probabilities of things happening. And if they do happen a certain way, what does he do to react to it or to counter it? They said Spy Tech is that kind of guy. It's called forecasting. You know what I mean? I told y'all once before, it's like the weatherman. The weatherman only can tell you is what he's telling you is what the weather is going to be. The forecast. So now, you look at the whole landscape of the linebacker position. We look at the 2025 draft, and what I did was do a comprehensive breakdown of the 2025 linebackers compared to the 2026 linebackers. And it's a telling sign of why they did not go linebacker in this draft, and most likely they will go next draft. As far as the type of linebackers we need, the linebackers that we signed in free agency, are they short-term? Are they long-term? And what about hybrid type of linebackers that play the Leo in a cover 3 defense that was similar to the Legion of Boom in Seattle, which you had a hybrid that did both outside linebacker and DN, because what we're probably going to run is a 4-3 under Patrick Graham, but might have, and I told y'all a few weeks ago of what the defense, what to look forward to with Pete Carroll. It's going to be a 4-3 base, but it's going to have tendencies of a 3-4. So with that being said, now you understand why we need a hybrid, which this draft that we had didn't have a lot of. Next draft, you're going to see, I'm going to play I made a video. It's going to break it down. Listen to it. Listen to what it's saying, because I took time. That's why I'm late this morning or this afternoon, this top of the evening, whatever it is, putting this together for y'all. So without further delay, man, I just want to explain what the Raiders are doing from my perception and me gathering all the information from what people are saying within the organization as well as out of their mouths as well. Spy Tech mentioned, hit on a few notes that make you, okay. You know what I mean? Just because you play linebacker does not mean you fit what we're trying to do. And that's not just from a physical, athletic standpoint. That's as a person as well. Because Spytek said something in an interview he had recently that said, when you miss on a player, you didn't miss the athlete, you missed on the person. Everybody's athletic that's in this, that comes out the draft. Everybody. That's the only reason why you're on the field. You're athletic. You can play the game of football. But what GMs and scouts tend to miss sometimes is overlooking the individual themselves. So that stuck with me when he said that when you miss on a player, you don't miss on the athlete. You done seen the game film. You done went over it and seen them against different teams in different situations. But the thing that you miss on is the person. Arnett, just the same one. People like that. You make moves and trade for Antonio Brown. It wasn't the athlete you missed on the person. So now you have a collective of the individual. Is he hardworking? Does he love football? And can he play the game? And then you come out with what's left. And then you choose out of those what fit what we're trying to do in our system. Just because you play linebacker don't mean you fit in our system. It is what it is. Just like just because you play quarterback, AOC, does not mean you fit our system. It just is what it doesn't mean you're trash. It just means you don't fit our system. Look, that's like you can't make a point guard play center unless you're as big as Magic Johnson. You just don't fit that position. So without further delay, man, shout out to everybody in the chat. Oh, before I get up out of here, like I always say, without you, there's no me. And without us, there's no nation. There's only one nation, and that's the Raider Nation, y'all. I'll let y'all. I need a brand. I need a sponsorship if you want to see that shit. One Nation, y'all. Y'all see that shield? We represent it to the fullest. Salute. So now, Alec M, shout out to you, somebody. And see, that's exactly the point. That's why when Spytek said that, when he said, when you miss on a player, you didn't miss on the athlete, you miss on the person. And what that means is, like, for instance, we look at Leatherwood. Leatherwood wasn't a bad person, but the person is more than just how you are off the field. It's what do you do on the field? What is your work ethic? Do you love the game of football? Are you here for a paycheck? That's all. That's about the person. There's nothing athletic about loving football. There's nothing athletic about being a person that's a hard worker. That's you as a person. So there's more spectrums to being a person than obeying the law and not getting in trouble. What kind of work are you going to put in on the football field? Are you a leader in the locker room? Do you bitch and moan and complain all the time, or do you get out there and get after it and fix the problem? So that you know what I mean? And when I heard that, I'm like, okay, that may, and I never really looked at it like that. I always looked at, damn, he can jump high, run fast. You know, like you look at the combine and it's like, jumping, running, broad jump, 3-cone. You know what I mean? We look at all the physical attributes with athleticism, but what about the attributes as a person? Do they have the heart and will? Like Jamarcus Russell had the arm, was big, had the arm, but as a person, he did not have the work ethic. He did not have the love of the sport. Because if he did, he would have strove to be the best that there ever was. With a cannon like he had, if he would have just had the mindset of a Max Crosby, Jamarcus Russell would have been one of the greatest quarterbacks ever. And I say it, but he didn't. He lacked the part that you need to develop into being that. He didn't have the mentality or the fortitude to be that hard worker and grind and refuse. I'm gonna give you an example of the people when I talk about people outside of athleticism. Michael Jordan. This is why Pete Carroll's always pushing competition. Because competition in a person also shows you what kind of person they are too. They want to be the best. And if you want to be the best, you got to get out there and grind. So Michael Jordan, perfect competitor. When you think of Jordan, he refused, he was going to bust his ass to be the best. Kobe Bryant was going to bust his ass to be the best. That's when it comes the personal side. It didn't matter how high Jordan jumped. If he had a 3-point shot, what mattered is how hard did he work and did he make the people around him greater? Those are the kind of people we're adding to this roster. You get a sense of Jack Besh being somebody like that. Geno Smith is somebody like that. Jackson Powers Johnson, definitely after that Rush interview, is somebody like that. And that's why it becomes infectious amongst the locker room, because those who have it but don't really display it, now they're getting pushed to do so. Oh, I'm not going to let such and such outwork me. That's the competition. That's the competition. And competition makes great teams. It makes great teams. So without me preaching anymore, shout out to everybody out there, man, for real. Let's get into the nitty gritty of this shit, man. Raider Shield family, salute to you. He said, fucking what he said. Jamarcus Russell fucking around in Grubhub's concert. Hey, that's real shit, though. That's real shit. All right, y'all, without further delay, man, here's the breakdown of the linebackers and why, comparing 2025 class with 2026, and it shows you and breaks you down why it makes more sense to wait till next year. Let's go.
Here's a comprehensive breakdown of the top linebacker prospects for the 2026 NFL Draft, along with a comparison to the 2025 class. Top 5 linebackers in the 2026 NFL Draft. Based on early scouting reports and rankings, here are the top linebacker prospects expected to enter the 2026 NFL Draft. Anthony Hill Jr., Texas. Height, weight, 6'3", 235 pounds. Hill is projected as the top linebacker prospect, known for his versatility and athleticism. Harold Perkins Jr., LSU. Height, weight, 6'1 inch, 225 pounds. A dynamic playmaker with elite speed and pass rushing ability. C.J. Allen, Georgia. Height, weight, 6'1 inch, 235 pounds. Known for his instincts and tackling prowess. Suntarine Perkins, Ole Miss. Height, weight, 6'1 inch, 210 pounds. A versatile linebacker with strong coverage skills. Sonny Styles, Ohio State. Height, weight, 6'4", 235 pounds. A hybrid safety linebacker with excellent range. The 2026 linebacker class appears to offer greater depth and versatility compared to the 2025 class. Prospects like Anthony Hill Jr. and Harold Perkins Jr. bring a combination of athleticism and adaptability that NFL teams covet in modern defenses. While the 2025 class had standout talents like Jihad Campbell, the overall depth and hybrid capabilities seem more pronounced in the upcoming 2026 group. 2025 versus 2026 linebacker class, strategic draft analysis. 2025 linebacker draft class. Strengths: good run defenders with experience in elite college defenses. Pro-ready mental processing. Weaknesses: lack of elite size speed athletes, mostly traditional Mike inside LBs, not many versatile hybrids. Draft class verdict: solid, but lacking top-end upside or elite athletic freaks. 2026 Linebacker draft class projection. Top names: Anthony Hill Jr., Texas; Harold Perkins Jr., LSU; C.J. Allen, Georgia; Sonny Styles, Ohio State; Suntarine Perkins, Ole Miss. Strengths: more versatile positionless defenders, edge/LB/safety hybrids. Higher upside, more athletic and scheme diverse. Potential future stars like Hill and Perkins have Pro Bowl ceilings. Weaknesses: still some rawness and developmental needs. Some top names may return to school or switch positions. For example, Styles could move full-time to safety. Conclusion: should you wait until 2026? Yes, wait until 2026 if your team has short-term LB depth. You're building for the future and want a true game changer. You're running a modern defense that needs hybrid defenders. Bottom line, the 2026 linebacker class is the better bet for star potential and versatility. If your team could afford to wait, 2026 is the wiser move. But if you needed instant reliability and weren't chasing upside, 2025 still offered safe, solid linebackers. Given the Las Vegas Raiders' current linebacker situation, it would have been strategically advantageous to wait until the 2026 NFL Draft to select a linebacker. Here's an analysis of the team's current linebacker depth and how the 2026 draft class could address their needs. Current linebacker situation, 2025. The Raiders' linebacker unit has undergone significant changes. Departures: key players like Robert Spillane and Divine Diablo left in free agency, creating substantial gaps in the linebacker core. Additions: the team signed veterans Elandon Roberts and Devin White to fill immediate needs. Draft picks: Cody Lindenberg was selected in the 7th round of the 2025 NFL Draft. While these moves address short-term concerns, the linebacker unit lacks long-term, high-upside talent. Advantages of waiting for the 2026 draft. The 2026 linebacker class is projected to be stronger, offering several prospects with Pro Bowl potential. Anthony Hill Jr., Texas, a versatile linebacker known for his athleticism and playmaking ability. Harold Perkins Jr., LSU, a dynamic defender with elite speed and pass-rushing skills. C.J. Allen, Georgia, recognized for his instincts and tackling prowess. These prospects provide the opportunity to secure a long-term solution at linebacker, aligning with the team's future goals. Strategic recommendation. Considering the current roster and the projected strength of the 2026 linebacker class, the Raiders would benefit from short-term, relying on veteran signings and late-round picks to address immediate needs. Long-term, targeting a top-tier linebacker in the 2026 draft to build a sustainable and dynamic defense. This approach balances immediate competitiveness with future development, positioning the Raiders for sustained success.
Now, as you see in the breakdown, the Elandon Roberts, the Devin Whites, those guys are only here for now. We need linebackers, so we got them in free agency. And they're veterans, so it's not like you have to wait for development. But like it said, it's best to wait till next year to get there's. They said there's a few potential Pro Bowl linebackers in next year's draft. You want to go in the draft this past season to get you a mediocre linebacker who's not a Pro Bowler. He's probably going to end up like a Devin White if Devin White doesn't revert back to what he did in Tampa Bay. And Elandon Roberts is solid. He's solid, but he's not going to be a Pro Bowler, and he ain't going to the Hall of Fame. But next year's draft have those type of players that not only can be Pro Bowlers, but have potential of becoming Hall of Famers. And there's a few hybrid linebackers. If you're running a modern type offense that need hybrids, you are best to draft a linebacker in the 2026 draft. Well, guess what our defense is? It's a modern defense that need hybrid players at the Leo position that we're running. That's going to be your coverage guy from sideline to sideline. Your 2 run stoppers is going to be Devin White and Elandon Roberts. We're stopping the run. We're going to force teams to have to throw. Look, let me give you an example of what they're trying to do. And I've seen this by looking on the outside, looking in. The type of defense they want to be very aggressive up front and stop anything that they can do running the ball, whether the quarterback is running or the running back. When you force a team to become one-dimensional because they no longer have a running game to rely on, then they have to solely rely on passing the ball. Now we're forcing you to pass into the teeth of our defense. Not the front line. That's going to be the pressure. The teeth. The teeth of this defense is on the back end where we want turnovers. How many turnovers did we have yesterday? 4. Eichenberg, a linebacker we drafted last year, had an interception yesterday. Lonnie, what was the corner? Lonnie, not Anderson. Lonnie Johnson, interception yesterday. Jeremy Chin, interception yesterday. And watch when I get to where I'm getting with this. And the fourth one was who was the fourth one that got the interception? Was you had Eichenberg, you had Lonnie Johnson, you had Jeremy Chin, and you had I'm trying to remember who else got an interception. I can't remember. There was a fourth one. Somebody in the chat if y'all remember. Now look, all the people that got interceptions yesterday, right? What's their size? Let's find out, shall we? Jeremy Chin got an interception yesterday, 6'3". Lonnie Johnson, let me see. Lonnie Johnson corner, Wikipedia. I think he's like 6'3". Hold on, let me make sure. And I'm gonna break down exactly what Pete Carroll is doing. Lonnie Johnson is 6'2". All right. Was it Tommy Eichenberg? Tommy Eichenberg, Wikipedia, linebacker. Eichenberg, 6'2". So this is exactly what I assume. Now I know there's no contact and all that, but I'm getting the idea of what this defense is capable of being. You're applying pressure up front to force the quarterback to get rid of the ball sooner than he wants. But not only is he getting rid of it, he's getting rid of it to a secondary that are all giants. Everybody who got an interception yesterday are all 6'2" or taller. This is why we want the length. It's not about how tall they are, but usually when your height comes wingspan. The wider your wingspan, the more area you can cover, which means you'll be able to get hands on balls, hands on balls that a person at 6 foot or 5'11" couldn't because the reach is just not there. This is why Pete Carroll likes long, lanky safeties and corners. They cover a lot of not ground, but area. So if I'm defending a wide receiver or a tight end, I just took away about 4 or 5 inches of your window just because of my wingspan. So I see what they're doing. Landon Roberts and Devin White is here to stop the run because we were horrible against the run. Let's be honest, especially with all the injuries we had. But you stop the run and force these teams to throw into that secondary, good luck. Good luck, because next thing you know, it's a turnover. We're giving it back to Geno, Ashton Genty, Bowers, Besh, Thornton. Now you're giving it back to the offense to get out there and do their thing under Chip Kelly. And the more points we throw up, the less likely that team is going to catch up because we're not going to stop scoring and we're not going to stop forcing your ass to not run and to throw into the teeth of our defense. So linebackers, yes, we do need linebackers, but not just any linebacker. See, to me, that's a reach. You go into a draft and draft a linebacker just to draft a linebacker, regardless of what his rank is amongst the other players available at the same time, that's stupidity. That's stupidity. And that's what I be trying to explain people, but it's like I need a motherfucker that can either translate, sign language, or draw pictures that a motherfucker can understand. Because no matter how much I try to beat this into a motherfucker, like, bro, look, I'm giving it to you laid out of why the Raiders did not draft a linebacker in this draft and why we should wait till next year. But yet, the middle of the line, the middle of the defense is such that we need a linebacker. Can't compute. Come on, bro. It's like I gotta fucking draw a fucking picture for you to. Come on, I'm giving it to you raw and uncut. You don't just draft a linebacker just to draft a linebacker. Just like, unless that motherfucker is gonna be soup. Like, for instance, we drafted Brock Bowers. We got a linebacker before that, but Brock Bowers is he not a potential Pro Bowler? Oh, he did make the Pro Bowl, didn't he? Is he not a potential Hall of Famer if he keeps doing what he's doing and going beyond and get up to where his ceiling is? That's the players you don't overlook. The linebacker core in his past drafts was not shit. Watch what I tell you. We're gonna sit here and look at all the linebackers that came off tops. Now the only one I can say I give props to is because Philadelphia got a lot of help on their defense around a Jahad Campbell. He's not in there by himself. But the thing is, we need someone to fit what we're trying to do. And you just don't get anyone. We want the best. We got the best tight end last year, the best running back this year. But you want to give up. So what people are basically telling me, fuck the best running back. Let's get the fifth best linebacker. I'm just saying. Let's get the fifth best linebacker. I don't understand it, man. I try to paint a picture, but shit, it doesn't matter what color paint I can use if your ass is blind. Shit, fuck the paintbrush and the strokes. Shout out to everybody out there, man. But that's just the breakdown of why we don't need a linebacker until next year. Same with quarterback. Why would you draft the quarterback in this year's draft? Everybody's saying Shador. I like Shador. I thought Shador too. But I didn't know the game plan until after the draft when I seen, okay, these motherfuckers went out here and got Cam Miller, mobile quarterback, dual threat. Tommy Mellott, dual threat quarterback. Then you sign old boy from UNLV, dual threat quarterback. And now I'm looking, that's why they didn't get Shador. Shador's not a dual threat quarterback. Chip Kelly wants a dual threat quarterback for this offense. Arch Manning is in next year's draft along with Lenoris Sellers. These guys are dual threat quarterbacks. That's like, I went and watched Arch Manning's, I was surprised how mobile he was. Like, damn, that white boy fast. You know what I mean? I'm like, hey, Arch Manning, hey. Now I see the hype. I wasn't all into the hype because, Ewers started. Arch sat on the bench. He played early in the season when they had a blowout. And I'm like, you can't really buy too much into limited starts. You know what I mean? But then when I sit and start watching what he can do, I'm like, now just imagine if we would have took Shador this year, what happened if Arch Manning would have been there in our lap next year? But no, we already took Shador. And Arch Manning, I'm sorry. Hey, Shador, I love you. I love your game. You're a legitimate pocket passer. But we're not looking for a pocket passer. We're looking for a dynamic dual threat quarterback that can throw and run. And next year's draft, oh my God, there's a few of them. There's a few of them. No wonder we didn't draft a quarterback high up in this year's draft. You get Cam Miller later, but that's a project. You give that to Chip Kelly and be like, okay, show us what you can do with him. Can you develop him? Well, let's find out. That doesn't mean you don't draft a quarterback next year. See, when you draft that low in the draft of a certain position, it doesn't limit you from drafting a quarterback next year. Remember, we took a linebacker in the 7th round. It doesn't limit you from taking a linebacker next year. Your options are open. You don't feel tied down because you took him in the 1st round. So I'm just saying, bro, hey, I see what the game plan is. Does it work? We'll see. Like I said, everybody expects us to fix every problem in one draft and free agency. That's not possible. It's not possible to do unless you're one of them teams that only have 2 problems. We have multiple problems. We want to find our guys in the draft to build this team through. Veteran free agents are the plug holes. Unless you're an elite type team that has you're in contention for Super Bowls and you're lacking 1 or 2 positions, then free agency, you spend your money and you get him. Shout out to Philadelphia getting Saquon Barkley, i.e. You know what I mean? Come on, man. I see what the game is. I just had to wait and see the moves just to so Why they didn't take a linebacker in 2025? And this is the same spy tech that they took Devin White in Tampa Bay. So I know he knows the significance, but now I'm starting to see through what they see. Like, no, son. You don't run down there and fuck a cow. Oh, let me give you that story again. All right. So the daddy bull and the baby bull was on top of a mountain. I got this from Colors, an old school movie. Y'all might not have seen it, but if y'all did, go back and watch. There's a lot of good shit up in that movie. They, life shit. So the cop dudes, they were standing up on the hill, and he was telling the story to the rookie cop, telling them there was a daddy bull and a baby bull on top of the mountain. The baby bull told daddy, Dad, let's run down there and fuck one of them cows. Pardon my French, but it's just an analogy. Y'all understand it. Dad, let's go down there and run up in one of them cows. And the dad said, no, son, let's walk down there and run up in them all. Why rush for minimal when you could take your time for maximum? That's exactly the linebacker and quarterback position. Why should we rush this past year for a minimal quarterback or a minimal linebacker instead of waiting till next year and maxing that position out? Both. Getting the best quarterback compared to last year's draft or the best linebacker compared to last year's draft. That makes sense. We want to build a juggernaut. We just don't want to be okay. We don't want to be mediocre, middle of the pack. No, we want to be them ones. We want to be this is the old Raiderman. We want to be on top of the mountain. Anybody else trying to climb up there, we kicking you in your teeth and knocking you back down to the bottom. Until we get tired of being up here. It's the only time anybody going to replace us. Until we get tired. I hate that weak ass, feeble ass mentality. Just do enough. No, we gonna do too much. We gonna turn up on 10. While you turned up on 2, we turned up on 10. And that's what this team need to get back to, that old Raider mentality. We don't care if you know what we're going to run, what defense, offense we got, stop us. It's just like how you look at this tush push. Philadelphia's doing it. People can't stop it. And they like, it don't matter. Don't ban it. Figure out how to stop the shit. Until then, we getting first downs on 4th and 1. So it is what it is, man. This is a short show because I started late today, though. But hey, tomorrow night, Friday night feature. Friday night feature, y'all. I'll be posting up the thumbnail and setting up the show so y'all can see who the guests will be tomorrow night. To my guests that will be on tomorrow night, thank you. Thank each and every one of you that's coming on the show tomorrow, man. I appreciate y'all. No, I'm not for everybody. I bring the humor. Sometimes I'm a little off the wall with it, but I have no filter. Back in the 70s, they didn't have filters for kids that were born. So, hey, I just got to be who I am. I'm comfortable in my own skin. But shout out to you guys in the chat, man. I fuck with you the long way. Everybody on Instagram, YouTube, I see y'all pulling up and hanging out with your boy, man. I appreciate it. Everybody that's watching this, man, please, if this is your first time, please subscribe to the channel. Hit that like, man. Once we hit 3,000 subs, and we're on our way. We at 2311. We're trying to get to 3,000. Once we do, one lucky subscriber will get a TV shipped to them, courtesy of Lunatic Raider and Raiders Allegiance, man. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Like I said, stay tuned Friday night. Oh, not just that. I will be with Raider Rundown on his channel tomorrow night as well before I do my show. So look, y'all tune into that. Subscribe to Raider Rundown as well. Very good content creator. I love his takes. I love the fact that we're all different in the nation. You know what I mean? Can you imagine everybody be cookie cutter and be the same? I mean, like that's like being a Cowboy fan. That's like being a Charger fan. Like you could be a Charger fan and you can't go to a Charger content creators page because you're here. You're here. You know what I mean? Like you're a Charger fan, but you here. That just tells me what your fan base is. Shit. Your fan base is shit. You feel me? So shout out to everybody wearing Justin Herbert jersey's number 10. Perfect number for y'all, man. You know what I mean? 1 Super Bowl appearances and no wins. So, hey, shout out to y'all, man. But, hey, Raider Nation, I love y'all, man. Like I say, we back. We're going to be back. We're going to show our progress this year. Next year is when I'm really going to see it. And you got the guys from Philly and Denver to help you out with the scouting department and getting the personnel in here. Hey, this draft next year, we're going to knock that shit out the park. Do be very scared. If the Raiders get their franchise quarterback next draft and accommodate the linebacker soreness that some may have because they wonder why we didn't draft the linebacker, all that's going to be addressed next year. And it's going to be done at a high degree. We got good guys in the office. We got good talent on the squad, bruh. I look forward to this year, man. Shout out to everybody out there. If y'all see y'all at any of these Raider events next year, man, come up, holler at a boy. Don't just come up and say, hey, what's up, Lunatik? And I'll be like, who the fuck is you? I'm such and such. Oh, now I can put a name with the face. You know what I mean? So if your name is Shithead, please come up to me and your head be a pile of shit. That's all I say. Hey, you guys enjoy your Thursday, man. I'm just clowning. Hey, y'all enjoy your Thursday. Be safe. Make it back home to your loved ones. And remember, if nobody loves you, fuck them. With that being said, man, I'm getting my ass up out of here. Y'all enjoy. Oh, damn, I get the right shit? Oh, there it is. So you guys enjoy, man. And like I always say about this time, man, I'm out this. If I say this soft, Sacktown Raider Mike will be mad. Lunatic, you got to put some more oomph into it. All right, I'm going to put some oomph into it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, gather around. It is the exodus, the outro of your one and only Lunatic Raider of the Lunatic Raider Show. This is Raiders Allegiance. Please like, subscribe, and share. And like I always say about this time, you jabronis, I'm out this. Be